Next team joining the Sun Belt Conference for the 22-23 athletic calendar year, Southern Miss, the Golden Eagles, or the Lady Eagles, depending on which team you're talking about. And I didn't realize they had gone by as many names as they have. They began as the Tigers, then they became the Normalites when it was Mississippi Normal College. They've been the Yellow Jackets, the Confederates, the Southerners, and now finally the Golden Eagles as a student and alumni vote back in 1972. But football-wise, have won 2 College Division national champions, and it's been a while, 1958 and 1962. Won 3 of the first 4 Conference USA titles when they joined Conference USA. Ray Guy, an alum, Brett Favre, an alum. Frank Zolkowski tried to find Brett Favre the entire time he was down there for
I don't think he found him, though.
Yeah, I don't think he did either.
Okay.
But men's basketball, 3-time NCAA tournament appearances, the NIT national champion in 1987. Women's basketball, a really good women's basketball program. They were Sweet 16 back in 94, one of 10 NCAA tournament appearances. And baseball is a team that you hear about a good bit, but they made their first College World Series appearance back in 2009, and they are a team that just this past year hosting.
Yeah.
That's a really good baseball program and a lot of good traditions for Southern Miss.
I don't know how much of them we're going to get a chance to see this year because they are the lone team that's going to the West, and they joined South Alabama and Troy. Well, Troy officially going from the East to the West, so they're going to be in that camp as well. But one, you mentioned Ray Guy. That's a South Georgia boy born in Swainsboro, was an All-American at Thompson, played a number of different positions before going to Southern Miss. I can't wait to officially meet John Cox, the great radio voice of Southern Miss. He's been there for more than 4 decades. I know that a lot of guys in the league have met him because Southern Miss has been on a lot of team schedules in a number of different sports, so it feels like they've been a de facto member of the conference anyway. Getting them in officially, this one was more because of that, but all of their Conference USA tie-ins and all those rivalries, they're all in the American now.
Yeah.
So it's as if they were on their own island. Unfortunately, they've seen a dip in football. That was a fantastic tradition that they had for a long time. You mentioned Brett Favre. They finished within the top 25 just over a decade ago. Back in 2011, they finished 19th in the country. They've slid quite a bit. Their recruiting has dipped a little bit. That is a crazy fan base. They love their football. So you merge Statesboro and Hattiesburg. If we get a chance to play them a lot more, I think that that's something that's going to be able to see. They call their football facility the Rock. So that's a natural tie-in with Appalachian
Does it need a
State.
crack?
It might when Georgia Southern goes there.
Okay.
But the head coach is Will Hall, somebody that's coached in this state before. He was at West Georgia, also been a coordinator at Louisiana in Tulane. He talks the part. I think it's a matter of time. They've struggled for a number of years. And with football last year, the reason why they had so much difficulty, they have a quarterback.
Yeah.
They kept getting guys hurt. They ended up having to put running back Frank Gore Jr., yes, Frank Gore's son, is going into his final year at Southern Miss this year. So there's a chance that he may have to slide in and play quarterback full-time unless he can be his natural running back. Men's basketball, they've struggled for a while, but baseball, I am jacked to be able to see them as much as we do. Scott Berry is the head coach there. He has done a fantastic job, played them in a non-conference series back in March of 18. Southern Miss.
It's been that long.
Yeah, because Seth Schumann hit for himself.
Yep.
That series, he's the last Eagles starting pitcher to hit for himself. They swept the series, but 2 of those games were decided by a run. They were the first one to make the move, and I think they made the most sense because of where they're situated geographically. You can really see the separation with the East and the West, but then just how many teams they've already played in the league on a yearly basis.
Yeah, and this is one that the Sun Belt footprint grows geographically with adding JMU, ODU, and Marshall. It grows and expands a little bit farther east. But this is one that I think is a no-brainer because just geographically, easy for me to say, it is right smack in the middle of the Sun Belt footprint, and it would almost seem weird if they weren't in the Sun Belt this year.
Won't get to see them on the football field in 22. But I just wonder, because a lot of the talk lately, when I'm going to use the Power 5 comparison, with the SEC expanding, with the Big Ten now expanding, and with the Big 12 and the Pac-12 maybe merging, there's a lot more attention on do you go to 9 conference games. Now, the Sun Belt's been fine with 8, but now that you've got 14, I have no idea if that's a discussion that Keith Gill and the athletic directors and the presidents have had, if the Sun Belt eventually goes to non-conference games. That way you'd be able to, perchance, see Southern Miss a little bit more, but being that they are in the West, like we talked about with Troy. Troy's a team that Georgia Southern's played every year since coming into the Sun Belt, but now that's not going to be the case anymore. You'll play everybody on your side, but on the West, you're only going to see 2 of those 7 teams in that rotation.
By the way, JT Crabtree, our buddy down at South Alabama, is saying we are really going to enjoy John Cox at Southern Miss. He has a couple stories, apparently.